Volunteers are seen by many as the lifeblood of the game in Wales, and each week hundreds of people get involved with their local club, providing essential support both on and off the field. The WRU's head of rugby, Josh Lewsey, visited Treharris Rugby Club recently to observe the vital work carried out by volunteers and pledged his support to the army of people who serve their communities every weekend.
If you come here today, and it's my first time to Treharris Rugby Club, it's almost a snapshot of many clubs throughout Wales, and the fact that it's got a beautiful backdrop and loads of kids running around the fields, but it basically relies upon the volunteers. As a society, we spend a lot of time, adulating the likes of the guys who are out on the telly and the superstars, and rightly so. But ultimately, the infrastructure and the backbone of the game is the dinner ladies, and the guy who clears up the change room afterwards. These people that put the time and effort into, creating a hub of a local community, and that's why I'm really pleased to support it today.
Our volunteers are vital to the running of the rugby club, whether they are coaches, first aiders, referees, people who clean the changing rooms, people who put the flags out. In fact, this season the pitch has been so bad that we've even used a submersible water pump to get rid of puddles prior to playing games. So it's from the person on the gate to our most highly qualified coach, to the person on the committee, to the people who look at the business plans for the club, absolutely vital.
From university and volunteering through university, I've become a coach, as the team were under 12s when I first started and they were struggling for a coach. So they asked me to help out in the tournament day. So I helped out and I've been coaching them ever since. It's not just the club and it's not just for the players, it creates a good community, because when we have the senior games, a lot of people come down, and even when it is the kids games on the weekend, maybe it'll be the under 13s game before ours, but then they'll stay on and their parents will watch our game, so it's creating a good atmosphere in the club then.
To do that all for free, for the love of the game and the love of the local community, is a huge undertaking. So anything that we could do in terms of, for my mind, not just supporting those people, but also making a bit of a, these are the true heroes of the sport. Let's be honest about it, because if it wasn't for these sort of people, you wouldn't get the guys coming through and playing international rugby. You wouldn't have the sustainability within the community game. So, for my mind, it's about, for us, it's in terms of looking at this, using this as a great shot in the arm, but making sure that as a model longer term, we have a method by which we actually can support our club volunteers in as effective a way as possible.
After speaking to volunteers at the grassroots end of the game, Josh Lewsey moved on to the Millennium Stadium, which was hosting the fifth leg of the Tryouts, a volunteer selection event which will find the 6,000 members of the Pack for Rugby World Cup 2015.
We are here today to interview applicants to become members of the Pack. The Pack will make up the team of volunteers who will welcome the world to England and Cardiff for Rugby World Cup 2015. So we have a number of applicants coming through the door today who will go through a 60-minute process and hopefully be in with a chance to join the team, the Pack.
The UK has now become one of the go-to places in the world to host sporting events. You only have to look at the London 2012 Olympics, which was, the atmosphere around that was just astonishing, and the buzz around sport was huge. Fast forward a couple of years, and you're also looking at the recent Commonwealth Games up in Glasgow, and the energy and excitement around the event was fantastic. So we're looking forward now to the 2015 World Cup, and it's great that focusing very much on the role of the army of volunteers and how important their role is in terms of putting on the tournament.
What happens when they arrive is they'll come to a welcome area where they'll be greeted by members of the tryout team. They'll then experience an exhibition space, and within the exhibition space is lots of interactive games, some information on the tournament, information on the game, information on the history of Rugby World Cup. And following that, they do have to do a one-to-one interview, which lasts about 20 minutes. So that's conducted by another volunteer, and it's not there to catch people out. It's our opportunity to learn a little bit about the applicants and understand why they want to become part of the Pack for Rugby World Cup 2015.
I really enjoyed it. I think it's really well organised. We've had an insight into what's come in. Obviously there are a number of different roles to do in the Pack, and hopefully I'll be selected as one of those people.
Really successful event in Cardiff. We've been welcomed with open arms. Everyone here at the stadium's looked after us so well. The applicants have been fantastic. It's going to be very hard to choose the members of the pack, I think, for 2015. So a really fabulous experience.